Hey, Mike Dillard here, and welcome to the third video in our Build Your Business, Build Your Wealth, Live Your Dream series. So one of the most common questions that I always get is, Mike, I'm really into, blank, fill in whatever you want, but I'm not sure what kind of business I should start. So that's a great question, because deciding what kind of business model you want to pursue is one of the most strategic and important decisions that you'll ever make, and there's no lack of options to choose from. So in fact, I want to run you guys through an example here real quick to make my point. So let's imagine for a moment that you and I were going to start a business in the weight loss industry together. Let's look at all of the options that we could possibly pursue in that industry as far as what kind of business we could start. So first and foremost, and I'm going to have to keep these fairly small, as an ebook. Second, we could create, let's say, a workout series, right? We could start the next Tybo. We could manufacture gym equipment. Make shake weight number 3. We could create a supplement product. Let's see what else. We could build a workout app. So let's do a mobile app, with workout routines, nutrition tracking, whatever it may be. We could become a personal trainer. We could sell, let's put trainer. We could do like bars, right? Like we could make our own line of protein bars or nutrition bars together. Something really easy is that we could become an affiliate and sell other people's products. So let's put affiliate down there. What else is there? We could join, for those of you who are into the network marketing industry, you could join a network marketing business that's involved in the fitness industry. So let's do network marketing. And then another obvious choice would be to start a fitness blog. We could definitely do that. And if you even want to get a little outside the box, let's say that you're really into online marketing or maybe SEO or social media marketing, well, you could actually start a social media marketing campaign that really caters to people in the fitness industry or for maybe local gyms and doing their local online marketing. So let's do local marketing for gyms. All right, so how many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 types of businesses in one single niche, and what it took 2 to 3 minutes to do that. So even if you know what industry or niche you want to pursue, how can you possibly choose what type of business to create around it, especially when you have so many options? So I'm going to walk you through the process that I've personally used over the years to help me figure out what business models I want to create around my passions. And in fact, I'm going to show you how I came up with the business model for the Elevation Group. So once again, the Elevation Group, if you're not familiar with it, is in the financial investing and publishing industry, which is massive. So let's take a look at all of the different business models that I could have chosen to pursue for that, just like we did for the fitness industry real quick. So think finances, think financial education, and our options there. So we could create a blog, obviously, first and foremost. I could have gotten my license and started a financial advisory firm, become a certified financial planner. I could have become an introducing broker. So let's do certified financial planner. Let's do introducing broker. We could obviously write books or create information products on investing and finance. We could do live events as well. So let's do books, live events on investing and financial education. Rich Dad, Robert Kiyosaki has a board game, and now they have an app. So let's do an app for that, app and games we could develop for that world. We could also become an affiliate and sell other info products for the other financial companies out there. And we could even become a lead broker, which is a very lucrative business model in the finance space. So we have affiliate here as well. We could do lead brokerage, and basically produce leads online and then sell them to insurance companies or companies like Ameritrade or E-Trade, whatever it may be. As far as the network marketing industry goes, you could definitely do that as well. There are companies out there in that industry that are involved in the finance space. Let's see, what else could we do? We could apply that same social media model as well. So let's do local marketing or social media marketing for other finance companies and all of that good stuff as well. And then you could also basically do what I did, which was start a private membership site and sell education, which is basically like a private blog, if you will. So let's see, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, about 11 options here as far as the financial industry goes. So obviously there are quite a few things that I could have chosen from. And again, we've spent about 2 minutes doing that. So what kind of business should you start? Well, let's figure that out. I want you to, right now, if you want, pause this video and make a list of all the different types of businesses like we just did here for the fitness and finance industries that you could create around your idea or ideally your passion, whatever you're really into. And once you have that list, I want you to take your current skills, personality, and goals into account. You want to choose a business model that is aligned with your strengths. And for me, as an example, I know that I am not wired for an analytical or detail-oriented business. Asking me to take really a look at a company's financial spreadsheet or to use Excel for any reason whatsoever is like asking a monkey to go drive a car. It's not going to be pretty. I know that my brain is simply not wired or built for those kinds of tasks. So I am really going to cross a line through the business options that are not aligned with my personality type. And that's what I want you to do, but we're going to go ahead and do that right here as well. So anything engineering-oriented, number-oriented, or analytic, it's just not right for me. Detail-oriented, definitely need to be able to crunch numbers as a financial planner and introducing broker. Lead broker, not into that. And I think we can leave the others up for now. So once you do that, it's time to move on to step number 2 in the process, which is especially important if this is your very first time starting a business. I want you to note the businesses that would require on your list that you've made, that would require you to raise capital to take out a loan or to take, that you think would take more than 12 months to start, and I want you to cross a line through those. And what we're looking for are the options that are as simple, fast, and inexpensive to start as possible. So if there are any options on your list that, again, you'd have to raise capital for, for apps and games, you'd probably have to do that here. As far as our list goes, right here, that's about it. On the fitness side, that would definitely get rid of, manufacturing gym equipment. It would take you out of the, let's see here, starting the gym business, basically. Personal trainer you could do, app you could do, here we go, local marketing you could do if you had that skill set. But basically anything that would require you to raise money, I want you to just cross off your list, all right? And what we're going after, what our goal is as we go through this process, is to find the most elegant business model possible. So why is that so important? Well, if this is your first time to start a business or if you haven't had success yet, you want to minimize your risk and your downside as much as humanly possible. So let me put it this way. If you want to become a race car driver, but you've never driven on a track before, you don't want to figure out the limits of your skill set and your car in a $300,000 Ferrari that you just spent your life savings on, which ironically and unfortunately is what a lot of people do when they decide to start a business, especially if they get into the retail world and they have to get an office space or they have to invest in equipment or buy a franchise or whatever it may be, and they've never had success yet. This is their first time. It's no different than going out and buying a $300,000 Ferrari, taking it to the track, and going for it. It's not going to end well. So you want to really learn that track and learn about the car and figure out the racing thing in a $20,000 Miata. That's why that's the beginning class in the racing world. So at this point, you've probably got about 3 to 5 options left on your list, which brings us to step number 3 in the process, which is choosing a model that fits your income and lifestyle goals. Do you want to work from home, or do you want to go to an office? Do you like to be around people, and do you want to build a team? Do you want to work with your spouse? Or are you just going to go it solo? Do you want a business that has the potential to make $20,000 a month or $2 million a month? So when it came to starting the Elevation Group, I personally had the following considerations from a lifestyle perspective and a business model perspective that I had to take into account. My biggest problem in life at that moment in time was that I didn't know how to invest the money that my previous business was making. And so I really became obsessed with figuring out how the wealthy invested their money, especially during times of economic chaos. And so reading and researching this subject matter is all I ever did in my spare time. It's kind of what I did for fun. So I wanted to build a business that would allow me to work from home with as few employees as possible, with as little technical infrastructure as possible, because I'm really not a tech guy, and with as little amount of overhead as possible. So while I was passionate about the subject matter of investing, I was really a complete newbie with zero experience when it came to that subject matter. So I could not be the author or the expert in this business as I am in this world, kind of the entrepreneur space. So my goal was to come up with a business that can generate revenue within 90 days. I wanted something that was quick to build and that would cost, let's say, around $5,000 to set up, more or less. Now, keeping the desire that I had for simplicity in mind, a few business models were immediately crossed off the list that I had made originally, and we'll go ahead and see if we can do that here. The live events, not really built for that. I don't have the expertise. I had the same challenge with writing books. Can't really write books about a subject matter where I'm not the expert. And let's see here, local marketing, not really into the social media marketing stuff, so we can go ahead and cross that list off. Affiliates, I'm very good at doing affiliate marketing, but not in the very technical aspect. A lot of affiliates are experts at driving traffic and split testing and tracking and media buys, which is not how I do affiliate marketing, so I'm going to go ahead and cross that off as well. So that basically leaves me with a blog, network marketing, or private membership site. So now we're left with our final question, and this is one that you need to ask yourself as well, but is this business model, out of our options here, which one is really capable of producing the kind of income that you're looking for? Is the opportunity big enough to make it worth your while? And that really comes into play depending upon the niche that you're in. If you're in a super, super small niche, let's say hamster training, first thing off the top of my head, probably not going to be a very big industry. There might be a couple hundred people, maybe 1,000 people into, trying to figure out how to train their hamster, but it's not a big market. And so is the reward going to be worth the time, effort, and money to build up this business? And so that's really what we're looking to identify here. And that's basically going to be determined by your personal income goal. So let's look at a couple of the options that we have here. We've got a blog, start a financial blog, and the way to monetize a blog typically is through ad revenue or through marketing affiliate products. And if executed properly and with skill, this kind of business could produce $5,000, I'd say, dollars a month in revenue through the promotion of affiliate products within 4 to 6 months if you're just starting out for the very first time. And then it could go on to produce, I'd say, $30,000 a month or more within 1 to 2 years. And this is if you're starting from scratch, but you really pursue it as a full-time professional business. There are a handful of blogs that make millions of dollars, like Mashable and a lot of the big ones in the tech industry. And so the opportunity there is big. It's definitely 7-figure income. And so the opportunity there is definitely big enough. You can definitely build that into a 7-figure business. So for me personally, after building a company that averaged $500,000 a month in gross revenue, that model for me doesn't really have a high enough revenue potential, and it would feel like I was kind of moving backwards instead of onto a new, bigger challenge. As far as the network marketing option goes, I've kind of been there and done that in my career and have moved on from that industry. So for me, it's just not really an appealing business model, primarily because I figured out that I'm a very introverted person. I don't like, frankly, talking to people all the time or shaking hands and really pursuing that type of a business, which is built for extroverts. And so that, for me, is not really a good business model to follow. And so go ahead and cross off blog. It really left us with this option here, which is to start an online membership site, basically interviewing investing professionals. And clearly this is the option that I chose. So writing about a subject matter that I'm passionate about comes easily to me, and I'm fairly good at it. Setting up the technology infrastructure for a monthly paid membership site can be done for as little as $3,000 in within a few weeks. So with a monthly paid membership site, my really only responsibility is to produce one high quality piece of content or lesson every 30 days, and then I can focus the rest of that time on marketing, which means it could provide a really great lifestyle with a lot of freedom. Now, because I wasn't the expert, in the finance space, I didn't need to create the content myself. I only needed to interview the people who were the industry experts and to share that content with my members. So basically, I was playing the role of a host. The services provided and the workload is the same whether I have 100 members or if I have 1 million members, which means that my revenue potential is extremely high. So, to run a couple of those numbers real quick, let's take a look at it. And let's say 1,000 members paying $97 a month for a subscription, which is the price that we charge the Elevation Group. So if we have 1,000 members at $97 per month, that's going to give us a monthly income of $97,000, which is awesome, or an annual income, if we multiply that by 12, of $1,164,000, basically right there per year. So all we've got to do is find 1,000 customers out of the 6 billion people that live on this planet, and we've got basically $100,000 per month business. But why stop at 1,000, right? Why not 10,000 members? Well, that would give us, obviously, 10 times the result, which would be $970,000 per month in revenue, which would be freaking awesome. So Agora Financial is the largest financial publishing company in the world with annual revenues, the last I heard, of more than $300 million. So obviously, this is the model that fits all of my personal criteria, and so that's why I chose this model. And as a result, I was able to start a business that I was really excited about, that was suited to my personality and my passion, and that could provide me with the kind of lifestyle that I wanted. And as I've mentioned to you guys here in the beginning of the last couple of videos, you kind of know how the story ends. Within the first 7 days, I was able to put 8,600 customers into the Elevation Group. We made about $3.2 million in revenue in a week, and we went on to make over $10 million in sales in the first 12 months. And since then, we've gone on to acquire, over the last couple of years, more than 50,000 members from around the world, which has produced more than $30 million in revenue. So not bad for a business that was set up in less than 90 days and for about $5,000. So in our next video, and if you're wondering, how that happened, how did you get 8,600 customers? We're actually going to get into that, and I'm actually going to save that for a final video, number 7. But in our next video, number 4, I'm going to actually take you inside and give you a closer look at what I'll just call the Mike Dillard business model, which is what Magnetic Sponsoring and the Elevation Group have both been built on, and it's basically the blueprint and the process that I've used to create both of those. And in my humble opinion, this is the most powerful business model a solo entrepreneur or a new entrepreneur could pursue, because it's the most elegant. It's the quickest to set up. It costs the least amount of money. So if you screw it up and you learn some lessons from it, it's not going to mess up your life or your savings or your retirement. And obviously, with the examples that I've showed you through both Magnetic and the Elevation Group, the income potential and the business potential is really unbelievable, especially for someone who's just starting out. So coming up in part number 4, I'm going to teach you the details of my personal business model, which has produced over $50 million in revenue, so that you can use it for your current or future businesses, and you can absolutely apply it. Let me answer that question right now. To any business in any industry. It doesn't matter if you're a lawyer, a masseuse, a filmmaker, a network marketer, an affiliate marketer, whatever it may be. the model can be applied to any business in any industry. So thanks for your time today. And once again, feel free to share this video with your friends. Hope you got a lot out of this, and I'm really looking forward to part number 4. So I'll see you soon. Thanks.